So I've honestly got the flipping out stream going right now, chat and everything, as they're playing Avatar Battle for Pandora. Now today I got to play it, and now I'm going to tell you how I feel about it.
Now in 4K.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel where I talk and do everything pinball. So if that sounds interesting to you, then hit that subscribe button down below. Now look, I've got a list of things over here of my likes, and I don't want to say dislikes, but they can be considered dislikes. But I've also got a little bit of a disclaimer here that I need to divulge. One, let's start out with, yes, I am well aware that the code on this game is not complete. Two, I'm not a fan of the Avatar movies. I've seen the first movie, but I have not seen the second one. Third, I've got a little over an hour of gameplay on the game today, and I think my highest score so far is 562 million. And judging how Joel and his brother are playing this game, I'm not doing too bad. So let me talk about my feelings about the game before playing it. Okay, so the game gets announced. I'm like, okay, wow, an Avatar game, whatever kind of thing. And then we get the featurette video, the 18-minute video that is one of the best featurette videography-wise that I've ever seen in this industry. So congrats on that, obviously. And then we get some streams early, pretty much right after that. And I wasn't really impressed. I wasn't really caring about what I saw, but I was kind of just I should be able to play this soon, so I'm gonna hold off on any kind of criticism just yet. It won't be much longer, kind of thing. But overall, I wasn't really excited about this game. I didn't care. I was like, it's probably not gonna be a game I'm gonna enjoy, and what I'm seeing on the stream wasn't really getting me excited about it. So there was my feelings before playing it. I played it today, and let me tell you what, things have changed. I did not expect to enjoy this game, but honestly, I really did enjoy how this game shoots. So many good shots on there, just the kinetic feeling of when you make them. The streams just do not do this game justice, guys. There's particular shot, the scramp shot, where you hit it with the upper flipper and it zooms around and goes up the ramp and loops around. You don't really get to see how cool that looks unless you're at the player's perspective. When you're directly over it, it just kind of looks like it's just doing a loop. You don't really get the full visual effect of it. And that's just one of the things whenever I first saw that and made that shot, I was like, ooh, I really like that. And the shot never got old. And I don't know if it will. But that is one particular shot that might be my favorite shot in the entire game. I mean, the layout in general is pretty darn good. I mean, there's plenty of shots, so many ways to combo, guys. That is something I definitely realized. There was a lot of looped, repeatable shots, and shots that led to another flipper that led to another shot, and I love stuff like that. So it had those features along with it that really got me to where I wanted to play another game. Something else you're not going to get on streams, mainly because, Joel, you don't shut up. I swear to God, man, you're killing me. But it's fine. I get it. You gotta entertain. It is what it is. But I'm telling you right now, if you're planning on playing this game at Expo, bring headphones. You're not gonna really, fully, experience this game with not being able to hear the audio. And you're definitely not going to be able to hear this game in the expo hall. I'm just telling you right now. It's just, you're not going to get the full experience. Whenever you go into the multi-balls and the music just amps up the way it does, it sounds so good. I got to experience this game in a room to where I could hear the audio entirely. There was no interference from any other games. So remember to bring headphones with you so you can actually get the full immersion experience. But going along with the immersion, I don't know how we're going to be able to get the full Eclipse experience when it comes to this game. What Mark is saying on stream here, they're working on ways to get people to experience that, with canopies and stuff like that at the show. As far as how many games are going to be there, he's also stated that there's going to be a lot of them. So if you remember last year, Elton, there was 2 or 3 games. The lines were ridiculously long, so I'm glad to hear that they're going to be bringing a lot of these games. I'd like to see at least 10. I think that's well within your capabilities, Jersey Jack. I'd like to see the CE underneath the canopy with maybe even some UV lamp assisting to show off how pretty this game is under the playfield and everything with the correct atmosphere. And that was one of the things that I had a complaint when it came to Stranger Things is that I didn't really like it. But I found out that it was a very atmosphere based game. And when I got to play it with the UV and the lights dimmed down and the music was going, it drew me in and it really upped how I felt about the game. And I feel that this game is definitely going to be one of those as well. But it's not dependent on the atmosphere. That is also my point, is that even with an environment that I was in where I didn't really get to see the full visual experience of an eclipse and stuff, I was just mainly loving how it shot. The shots just felt good. And the audio that goes along with it really amplifies that as well. My favorite sound in this game is that Eclipse spinner. Every time I hit it, it was just, I can't even mimic it. I'm not even going to attempt it. All I know is that it's probably my favorite spinner sound effect in a game, bar none. Because I can't even, you're just going to have to hear it for yourself. Wear headphones, hit that Eclipse shot, if you can. And then when you do, it's just as the ball is coming down that rail back to you, you get a nice sound effect that goes along with it. And it's hard to explain, but it's oh so satisfying. Some other things to point out that's kind of obvious with Jersey Jack games is the light show. Obviously, that's a big perk with their games. Different modes were really showing off what they can do with their LEDs underneath the inserts when it comes to like the Viper mode where it's flames, it makes it look like the shots are on fire. I thought that was a really visually appealing. So that was really good. When it comes to the on-screen stuff with the movie and stuff, I mean, there's complaints currently that the audio is not synced up with the lips and stuff like that of the actors or sound effects. I honestly didn't notice, nor did I really care because I'm looking underneath the glass. That's what I mainly care about. But according to the stream, Mark states that that is something that they're going to be improving with the code over time. But from what visuals I saw on the screen in between the balls or during the ball saves, looked perfectly fine and enjoyable to me. Something else that I really liked was the skill save. It's not a ball save where it's like, oh, cool, I get my ball back. You have a skill save shot. And the shot that you're going to be getting for this is completely random. So if you drain your ball on the very far right out lane and the skill save is lit, then basically you're going to get a ball and you've only got, I want to say, 2 flips on your flippers or a certain amount of time to hit a particular shot to keep that ball. If you don't make that shot in the amount of time or the amount of flips, then you lose it, kind of thing. So I really liked that. It really gets you to where, like, I really can't miss this shot. I got a chance to keep the ball in play. That was just a nice little thing. I really liked that. So let's take a minute and talk about the things that I just kind of don't like or didn't care for or feel like there's room for improvement. Sadly, the things that I feel that need improvement are not going to change because they're not code related. So the lower play fields where the ball goes down there for your dive with the crab and everything. Again, I haven't seen the sequel where this crab takes effect and it's part of the movie, so I don't know that. But as far as just, hitting the ball around down there and doing that stuff, it was my least favorite part of the game. I found me being in the pop bumper section, the first playfield that you reach, I found being in there for a long time and maxing out my jackpot for the crab. Because that basically, by hitting those shots up there, they change colors and intensifies all the way up until it basically says max jackpot reached or whatever for the crab battle or something. And then it goes down to that next area and you hit those shots and then you go into another multi-ball if you complete it. And the music for that multi-ball was really good. Anyways, but like, I don't know, just the underplay fields, that's probably my least favorite part. Because none of those shots are as satisfying as what you're going to experience on the top deck. But that's not to be completely like, oh, surprising, you got a little bitty play field, how are the shots going to be satisfying? I don't know if I've played a lower play field that has satisfying shots, honestly. Now, when it comes to the aesthetics of the game and underneath the glass, everything looks pretty damn good. Except when you get over there to where the tree is at, it's like you have these floating rock mountains that are nice sculpts, you have these McFarlane figures, and you have this side art, and then you get near the tree where the buck of the tree's at, and it's like that's where they ran out of money or something. It's like you got these flat layered little plastics, and it just doesn't look as good as the rest of the game. And I'm pretty much guaranteeing you right now, that's the first thing you modders out there are going to target, is making that look a lot better. And so the modders are going to take care of that area of the game, but that was one of the things where I was looking around the playfield, just enjoying how everything looked, and then you get to that tree with the buck, and I'm like, what happened here? It's like that. Like I said, they just ran out of money. It's like, yeah, good. Plastics. There, that'll work. But that was my complaint when it comes to that. And then you have, of course, the theme. It's not a theme that speaks to me. I don't really care for it. It's like, man, if this layout and the efforts into the sound design and everything was in a theme that I really did like, let's just say The Matrix or something like that, holy snap, then I would be really excited about this. But it's just hard for me to get excited about Avatar. It's like whenever I can't even pronounce the names of the modes or the particular things without the, I mean, I couldn't. They're like, oh, go for the Magooga Mooga Mountains or whatever. I'm like, I don't know where that's at, but I'm going to go for the blinking shot. I don't know what that word was. So not being able to pronounce a lot of words that are on the playfield is a little bit like, it's hard for me to say, oh, go for your Navi Magooga shot or whatever when I'm telling somebody else. That's just not going to happen. So overall, the game, I believe you guys are going to enjoy how this game shoots. And honestly, I'm a little upset that the game costs as much as it does, because this is obviously towards the household. And because this is a game that you're going to need time on to really fully explore and to figure out how to play it to the best of your abilities and learn what this game can and can't do and figure out the shots and everything. You're just going to need a lot of time on it. And that's why I'm hoping that they bring a lot of games to Expo, so that way you can go around and do the line over and over again without waiting too long to really get into this game and dive deep into it. And that's a phrase to use because you actually do dive in the game, but I digress. Is that I don't like that the game comes with this flow chart of the rules on how to get to particular modes and stuff like that. I shouldn't have to do homework in order to enjoy a game. Luckily, I didn't have to do homework to enjoy the game. I just probably wasn't like progressing through code as fast as you can if you actually knew what you were doing. I merely am complimenting on how well the game shoots, how well the shots feel, and just my overall experience with the game. I think it's a very good game so far, and I cannot wait for the rest of you out there to experience yourself. Do not judge this game by what you're seeing on the stream. It does not do it justice. But I feel like if this game was cheaper, man, y'all would sell so many more of them. And that's just not going to happen. But I think we're probably going to see that this game is going to really go up in interest once people get their hands on it. And for those of you out there that have already played it, by all means, let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. But I'm almost willing to say that I like this game better than Elton John. There was an Elton John sitting right next to me, guys. I could have easily stepped over 2 feet and played that game, but I had no interest. I was enthralled with this game right here. So, by all means, Jersey Jack, you done good. Congratulations, Mark and team, for what you have created. What's your current thoughts about Avatar? Let me know in the comments section down below. And until next time, guys, peace out.